Welcome to the Simply Incredible podcast. I am Daryl, aka The D, here with T. Rizzle Troy Chapney.
Hey, what's happening, buddy? Back again?
Back again. And Josh couldn't make it because he is once a month now, I believe. I think something around those numbers.
You better not pick on him. He gets sore when you do that.
He does. He does. He gets very sore.
Why isn't he here?
He said they're expecting storms and stuff, and he was going to bring his son.
Oh, okay.
So his son probably gets nervous around thunder and stuff like that. So,
I gotcha.
So
Okay.
we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
We'll let him off.
Low benefits. But you know what? Because we're awesome, we didn't bring one, not two, but three guests. And this may be the only time we've had people that are not black belts on here.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Except for Laura, the actress.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she wasn't, but she was prettier than this group.
But this is a good group. We got a good group lined up for tonight.
We start up. Would you like to introduce?
I tell you what. We're going to take and give them each the microphone. These are three people that I'm really fortunate to have at the Edge that train here with me and have done really, really good in the amount of time that they've put in the training already. And they're great people, too. That's one of the things that I think we do really good at the Edge.
Yep.
Is that not only, is the martial arts, on target, but the people here make it. They're great people. I got three friends that are here tonight. I've got Christian, Ellen, and Tracy. Go ahead,
Yep.
Christian, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know or didn't listen to Troy talk, it happens more often than you think it does.
If you just joined us now.
Wow. Feel the burn.
I'm Christian Booth. I've been training here at the Edge for a little over 2 years. Love Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, do it all. I've been kicked in the head multiple times.
Dude, I could swear you've been here longer than 2 years. I feel like I've known you forever, man.
2014 was when I started here.
Wow.
2014. So 2.5 years about.
Oh my god, dude. Christian's awesome too. If you ever get a chance to come in and train, he's probably one of the coaches that'll take and assist you in here.
Yep.
And if you get a chance to work with him, count yourself fortunate. He's a great guy and a good coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Excellent. Next up, we got Ellen. Ellen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
My name is Ellen Hefner. No relation to Hugh. I'm just gonna clear that up right now because
He just sold the mansion I saw today.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of inheritance.
$100 million. He just sold it.
That's good money if you can get it.
Yeah,
I
if you
heard
can
about
get it.
that, but I get that question a lot, so I thought I would squash that now.
Because I seriously, I thought it was Heffernan. I thought she was kind of,
Oh, you're funny.
Doug Heffernan.
The Heffernan.
Well, I actually just started training at the Edge a few months ago, back in May, I believe.
Yep.
I think it was May. Yeah, I knew a guy that had been training here for a long time, and that's how I heard about it. Came in, and Troy was just a really cool guy. Made me really comfortable. And then,
good.
Then I met Dee. I was kind of creeped out, but
Almost left. I had to reel her back in.
I was, borderline gonna leave, but I was like, hey, give him a chance.
I can see it.
See, I'm really good at that because it happens so often where he chases him away, I have to reel him back in.
Machismo.
Troy actually was, running after me out the door.
It's like, wait. He's just a guest.
I don't even know him.
He's a visitor.
He's a visitor. Sadly, that's how I got back into it too.
Hey, I tell you what though, it's great. She's one of the. Every now and then you get these people that they'll come in and they'll talk like, man, you just don't understand. I'm gonna live there. I'm gonna train.
Yep.
And a lot of times they'll burn out.
Yep.
They'll come in, and not only that, they see that it's a lot of work, and once the brand new shine is gone, they're gone. But Ellen has been in here as she's a regular part of it. She's actually started out helping us work with the kids class too. She just got accepted into our C3 program. That's what we call the coach's candidate course. And her jiu-jitsu too, no kidding, man, is on point. She has been making gains quickly in
the last few weeks, maybe.
No. In the last few months since she joined.
Right.
Big, I take it away from her.
Last couple weeks.
Yeah, I do the jits, the Muay Thai. I like the MMA, but I was a little too burned out after jiu-jitsu to stay for MMA. But,
That's okay. She's gonna start coming in because we're making a big change on that.
That's
program.
funny because I want to
that's
start
right.
doing that as well.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
As long as no one needs me
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Holly.
Oh, dude, I love it. You guys don't understand. That's the one thing. He's been limited because of health issues and stuff. But D is a fountain of knowledge. I mean, he's somebody who's been. How long have you been training with us?
I started in 2000.
Two-
It's been right at
Wow.
16 years. It was about it's either June or July in 2000
Yeah,
when I started.
Yeah, I saw those pictures when you still had hair.
Yeah, and muscles.
and muscle.
And muscles.
I didn't have like the bicep. You got the tricep. Right now, my tricep makes a cute little smile underneath. Because it's kind of flopping around.
Angel wings. We love
It
you.
used to didn't do that.
It's the wave flab.
It used to been like a,
The wave
yeah,
flap.
it's the
Flabs
wave.
when you wave goodbye.
It's the wave that keeps on giving. So
I love it.
I've got that.
I'm gonna get you one of those belts, that electronic belts, you know, that they put on. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
I don't think Holly would enjoy that.
Well, dude, we'll just wrap it around your arm. There's
Oh.
no connection, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be like Lady in the Water, just one arm.
Just one. You remember that guy? Oh, that's great. Good Lady in the Water reference. Also, hey, next up we have Tracy.
Tracy with an I.
Yes.
Tracy with an
Tracy
I.
with an I.
Uh huh.
Camp Bell.
Yes. There's two eyes actually that I can see
Yes.
right here.
Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself, Trace.
Well, 45 years old. Been training for about a year and a half. And hopefully will hold out as long as I can. So
You can
As,
do
as
it.
long as your body will let you, right?
As long as my body will let me, yes.
Oh, good.
Yep. We'll
Let
see
me
how
say
it
this
goes.
about Tracy. She's as fit as like a 25-year-old.
Oh, totally.
She's over here talking like I'm about to break down. She's over here doing like treadmill, lifting weights every day. She misses one day and she acts like her world is in.
I'm going to lose all my muscle in one day.
Yeah.
It could happen.
It
you know.
Trust
cannot
me,
happen.
it can.
It can happen.
It has happened to me.
Yes.
It's like,
No,
I used to have guns.
if it's one day repeat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day
One day
repeat.
repeat.
yeah,
Yep.
then yes.
Yes.
But one day, no. You could take a break one day.
Well, yeah.
Make that be on Sunday.
Yeah,
when
I'll
you're
just
not here.
beat myself all the other 6 days of the week.
Yeah.
Once the
exactly.
Muay Thai gets to be maybe a little bit much for her, we're going to take and steal her away into the jiu-jitsu world.
I would love to do that.
Oh, it
I
is
want
great.
to do that.
Ellen, do you think, I mean, would it be a good lateral move if the Muay Thai?
Yes, please get me away from these gigantic men crushing me every time.
Right. It's like if we need a break. Where's Ellen? Wrong.
I taught her a triangle,
Yeah.
and I
yeah,
also
we did
said
that.
don't do it on Clark. That's her husband.
You've been starting to
not
do the
it
jiu-jitsu on
Clark.
Fridays with him?
Yeah, I've
A little
only been
bit?
one
She did
Friday,
once.
but I really
Once.
liked it.
Mhm.
Dude,
it's
it's
just
good.
since I work for myself and my boss is just a real pain in the butt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard to
And
get
now the
here.
world knows.
I know
It's
it's
out there.
true. I've called
She's
myself worse.
self-employed. Her.
I know I am self-employed, and my
And her
boss
boss
is
is-
terrible.
I love it when people go, oh, man, because I'm self-employed too. And they go, man, you're so lucky. You get to choose your work hours. And I was like, oh, yeah, when you're self-employed, you get to choose which 80 hours of the week you want to work.
Exactly.
Yep.
Which
It's like
ones
my
you
brother.
want?
It's like my brother. Yeah.
Every penny you make, you have to generate yourself.
You have to
Exactly
be
right.
the man or the
Yeah.
woman who has got to go out there and do it.
That's right.
Well, it's good to have you in here too, because tonight, what did you want to take and kind of have them go over? Do you have any specific questions
I
for
feel like
them?
my biggest thing is I remember when I first started. For those who don't know, I was doing dialysis at the dialysis unit 3 times a week, feeling miserable all the time to the point where my hips and my knees were actually starting to deteriorate because I wasn't doing anything. So I started going to physical therapy, and I met a couple guys over there and started working out. And I was like, you know what? I can actually do stuff. And then later on, I went over from physical therapy to Gold's Gym. And I was like, I need some cardio, not just lifting weights. And so I saw these crazy people doing martial arts. I was like, I don't know. Because first I saw step class. I'm like, that's not manly. Can't do that.
How dare you?
I know, right?
How dare you?
I know that's actually what you do
That's
now.
kind of sexism, don't you think?
No.
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 D, I would love to see you in a step class.
Why?
Why not?
I can do it.
Do it.
Let's find a step
All
class.
right, let's see it.
Let's
We'll
take
make,
the
we'll
whole
make
group
another bet.
Step classing.
I do a step every day when I go to work. One step,
One step.
right in the door. There you go.
All you need.
Yeah.
That's
So then I saw first saw martial arts. I'm like, yeah, what? That's pretty cool. So I started doing that in about June or July 2000. Been stuck on it ever since. And so I would like to know, how did you guys get started? Who's got dibs on it?
All right, I'll take
Christian.
the reins on this one. All right, so how did I get started in martial arts? All right.
That was the question.
Now I'm asking myself this because it's been a long and
A long
wonderful
journey.
story of
Long journey.
Too many hits to the head.
a college kid having nothing to do except for play video games and get fat
want that.
in his dorm. Now, for all of you out there listening and for everyone here in the room, we have the notorious freshman 15.
Yep.
Freshman 15.
Yep.
Yep.
I have
story.
seen the senior 50. I don't know how the jump happened like that, but I've seen many seniors who show me their old pictures, and they look not wonderfully in shape, but in shape enough to walk up a flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. And then I look at them, and I see them struggle up half that flight of stairs before they huff and puff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something just hit me one day. I was chilling out in my dorm room, had two wonderful roommates, had two TVs, two Xbox 360s in there, had Doritos, snacks on the floor, soda, no water to be seen.
I am moving into that place.
Well, I've moved out, so too late.
Dang it.
And I looked at my roommates and said, "We are getting fat. We need to go do something today."
Now listen, let me interrupt here with Christian. If you don't know Christian has never been fat a day in his life. This guy eats an Oreo and creates like a seventh ab. All right, this is just this guy. So your version of fat and the rest of our versions of fat's a little bit different. I just want to preface that. Go ahead.
All right, going slightly with Troy there. I was a fluffy 196. A fluffy
I
196.
am no longer moving to that place because I have a feeling it was, instead of Doritos, it was like celery sticks.
It was Doritos. We enjoyed ourselves. We enjoyed ourselves some sugar. Well, fast forward a little bit. We check out some of the activities they got going on at Liberty. They have kickboxing on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep.
Now we like being lazy on those days. And they got Taekwondo Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm like, well, Friday for the weekend, sure, I'll start going to the Friday class. And my friends swear to me, they swear, and I bet you all out there will understand this. We'll definitely do it with you, man. We're gonna stick in there with you.
Yeah.
We got this. They went to one class.
I had a buddy of mine who did that with me with the Army
Yes. This is a great story. This is an awesome story.
in boot camp.
Yeah.
You want me to tell that now?
Yeah, go run that story.
I'm gonna just jump in real quick.
This
All right,
is
so this guy goes
one
like
of the
this. We have this
funniest
idea.
things.
We're going to go in on the buddy program for the military. And I was like, all right, yeah, man, that'd be great, man. To go in here with this guy. We'll have a good time, you know, as much as we can in boot camp. Be in there together. We'll have each other to lean on. Okay, yeah, that'd be great. When you go down to Richmond and go to MEPS, they tell you a couple of guidelines. Like, whatever you do when you go down range to Fort Benning, they're going to ask you all of these questions. Like, are you allergic to bees? And if you are, don't say you are, because they'll send you home. You know, if it's not, you know, we've checked you out, you're gonna be okay. Don't sweat it, you're fine. And they're like, all right. And they like drill it into you like you're studying for a test. You know, their whole thing as a recruiter is to make sure you pass. So we go down there, and I mean, the shock and awe of getting pulled off the buses as a civilian into boot camp is worse than anything you can ever imagine. It is just the most awe-inspiring, like, I want my mommy moment. You know, you're like, what did I do? The first day, we're in there, and this big sergeant comes up there. He goes, now I told you that when I get up here and talk, you listen, and you better not lie. And he goes, and I know they told you to lie to me. He goes, I will find out, and I will kill you. And you're like, what? And he says, if you have, and he started doing this little list of things, and he says, if you're allergic to bees, raise your hand. And I'm like thinking, nope, no. And I look over, and that knucklehead's hand is up. And I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't see him for 4 months. That was the last I saw him for 4 months.
Jerk.
He went home after that, and I was like, you know what? It's the best thing that ever happened to me, because going through that, I don't want anybody to have a reference, and I didn't want anybody to be in there that would mess it up for me. It was the best thing that ever happened. So, yeah, I can sympathize with somebody who said, you know what? We'll do it with you. They lie.
Yep.
Lie they did.
Like a
Yep.
doll.
One day, they go in there, and this is, keep in mind, guys, I'm an asthmatic, okay? For everyone who doesn't know, I'm asthmatic, actually. It was much worse back when I started Taekwondo because my diet was still Doritos, pizza, and whatever I could get my hands on, followed by soda, very little water. I thought I was Superman, went out, played basketball right before my first class,
Ouch.
went through the whole class, and my heart started jumping. My chest got tight. They had to lie me down on the ground, put my foot up on a chair, and I was like, this is embarrassing. Never again. At that point, also, I slightly started changing up, drinking no water to at least a cup of water a day.
There you go.
Well, nonetheless, I stick with it, and at first it's very on and off. I'm like, all right, I'm only here for once a week. Summer comes by, I felt slow in the class. I felt like I was physically capable of being better than a lot of people in the class. They were wonderful guys, not overly competitive, but I was like, I should be able to hang with them. So over the summer, I train at a nearby lake at my house up in Northern Virginia. Come back, stick with the whole class. From there, some guy introduced me to kickboxing, so I started doing the kickboxing class too. From there, someone introduced me to the jiu-jitsu class at Liberty. Started doing all 3 of them. I was the only one doing all 3 continuously. From there, I met a friend who wanted me to start lifting with him in the mornings, or at least spotting him in the mornings. I didn't lift then. I was like, nah. I got 3 classes going
Watching
on.
people lift is the same as lifting.
There you go. It is. I never felt stronger in my life.
There you go.
That's what us 40-year-olds tell ourselves.
And then while lifting in the morning, came across a guy, Tommy Richardson, got married last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tommy Richardson got married last year. Big shout out to him. Hope he's doing well with his wife. But he introduced me to Troy. Now, I can never thank him enough for doing that. Came across Troy. Troy was like, hey, man, you know what? Come in, see what you can do. I came in, I was like, oh, I don't want to be no punk. Let me show him what I can do. And came to class, started in MMA, asked him, hey, can I start doing the open mat time for jiu-jitsu? I actually asked Coach Will. He said, yeah, man, come on. I did it. And I was like, all right, well, this is fun. You know, I wish I could do the actual class. And then Coach Will walked up to me and said, you're now in jiu-jitsu. Didn't ask if I wanted to do it. Didn't see like, hey, do you have time? He said, hey, I'll see you in jiu-jitsu tomorrow. And then walked off. Not another word. Keep in mind, Will, to me at this point, is this scary bald guy with this mean look on his face. So I started doing jiu-jitsu there, and then somehow I got involved with Muay Thai, and that's how I'm now doing everything here at the Edge. And just stuck with it, did the fight camps, changed up my diet. I now drink half a gallon of water minimum per day.
Not just a cup.
Not just a cup. I've upgraded.
You've come a long way.
Not just an ice cube, which is awesome. Yeah.
Ice cubes can fill you up.
Yes, they can.
You need enough of them, though.
On bread. Yeah.
Yes.
He secretly hides the Doritos in his closet.
Oh, I'm not saying I don't have.
Smells them sometimes.
I'm not saying I don't have a cheat snack like every hour or two,
Yeah.
but
You gotta do it.
Cheese off of it, puts it back in the bag. I'm not eating any
oh,
Doritos
that's
after
feeling
you.
off the thumb.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's how I got into martial arts and how I'm now in the shape I am in to this day.
Awesome.
That boy's good.
All right, so Ellen, you
Troy?
are actually quite the story.
How am I quite the story?
I have no idea what your story is. That's why you're quite the story.
Oh, okay.
You just walked in one day and said, I'll do it, and then you got hit in the
Hey,
face
I'm
and didn't
here.
leave.
Did I get hit in the face in the beginning? It must
Well,
have been pretty
well,
hard because
no,
I don't remember.
There's a line of people that'll punch you in the face. I know Christian has a line of people that offer that all the time.
Funny story. Christian kicked me in the head once and then laughed. He does this giggle. This is notorious. Exactly. It's a notorious giggle, and it's just nonstop.
It's creepy.
He kicked me in the head, and then he
Close.
was like, "I felt it connect." Huh?
You liked it.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so how did I get started in
How
martial
did you get
arts?
started in mixed martial arts?
Well,
My professional voice.
But you did martial arts before
I
this.
did.
How did you get involved in that?
I was in high school, and a friend of mine, Brandon, shout out to Brandon,
Yeah,
he got me involved in Tigers of Shaolin Kung Fu. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. I got my yellow sash, my green sash. I stopped at blue, though, because I can't do any acrobatics.
Oh, no doubt. You're like, I'm done.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was fun, but I was in high school, and my priorities were in other areas. So I ended up stopping, and then I didn't start really getting into fitness until, like, a few years ago. Joined the Y. I kind of tried to go, on a regular routine. Sometimes I was good. I'd go 4 or 5 days a week, and then I'd take, like a month off.
Yeah. The struggle is real.
The struggle was very real. I was going with my boyfriend, which he still goes, and I was lifting weights, running abs, but it never really got me anywhere. So And then I was just kind of like, man, I really don't like just going to work every day and then going to the Y to work out. You know, it's not fun.
Gets boring.
It,
It
it's
gets
very
monotonous.
boring.
It's very monotonous.
yeah.
Singular.
Yeah.
It
By
is.
yourself a lot, even though you're in a room full of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially if you want to get something out of it, you can't be overly social because it'll affect the workouts.
Exactly.
And then if you're really social afterwards, all of a sudden you have no life outside of that. You
Yeah.
live there for 6 hours a night.
And even that, I mean, I didn't have any confidence to go up to a trainer and be like, hey, train me.
Right.
So I didn't really know what I was doing either. So, yeah, then I was like, you know what? I'm going to join the Edge because I had heard about the Edge. Brandon actually back in high school tried to get me to work here as a receptionist.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I remember when we were looking to hire. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was right after high school. So at the time I was looking for like I needed an actual job that
A real
I needed
job.
money.
Not somebody says, well, you can do jujitsu if you answer the phones.
Yeah, I was like, I
There
would
you
love
go.
that, but I really need money because my parents are cutting me off. So
You know what's funny is I remember Brandon saying, I might have somebody for the
it was-
front desk.
Yeah, it was probably me.
It's probably you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do it, obviously.
No.
Too good for that at the time.
Right.
So, so a few months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I texted Brandon. I was like, hey, I did my research. I looked up the Edge online.
Oh, did you?
Did a
Okay.
little research. Saw y'all's pictures.
Oh boy.
And I texted Brandon. I said, what's Troy's Muay Thai class like? And I thought he was still in West Point.
Oh, right.
He's like, oh, it's fun. We had a great turnout. You should come in. I'm like, are you still here?
I know, right? It's like, what are you doing back?
Dude, it took everything in me to actually walk in this building. I was
Yep.
petrified.
How come?
Just new place,
Yeah,
new
okay.
people, didn't know what to expect. You
Yeah,
know,
it can be very scary and intimidating walking into a new martial arts school.
Now, what did you think after you left the first time?
when I came to watch, remember I watched a class first.
Oh, that's right. All right.
And then I came in.
Did you get a
following
chance
Monday.
to talk to any of us that first night?
I talked to you the very first time.
The
I
very
came
first
in.
night? Okay.
Yeah,
So
you were very nice.
All right, good.
I mean, you guys made me feel really comfortable. I was like,
All
okay,
All right, cool.
yeah.
Because I can see it for the most part. A lot of people will come in, and it's funny because I know that this place is very welcoming,
Yep.
very family, very community. But everybody who walks in, they still like, have this look on their face like deer in headlights. Did you have that?
Yes. Because I met Brandon Walzak at Liberty Jits, and he taught us the triangle to armbar sequence
Yep.
and then pulled it on me 3 times. So, but I think the biggest fear is actually in Faith, my wife, Faith Booth. She told me, I love the place, but bar none, it is extremely intimidating when you, Kyler, even you, Ellen and Tracy, and someone new who has never done a day of martial arts in their life comes in. And the thing is, not only are we a family like gym, but we know what we're doing. So you see guys nailing pads and girls are moving faster than someone, a full-grown guy who's never trained a day in their life. And you're like, they're going to punk me out. They're going to make me look bad, and they're going to beat me up because they know what they're doing. So it's one of those things like the quality of training has actually scared people off before because they're like, I don't know if I can hang with these people.
So many people think Fight Club. They think we're gonna put you in. They see a cage like we're gonna put you in there. We're gonna test you out. If you survive that, then you can train with us.
Hey, when I first started boxing, I started boxing in let me see, probably 92, and let me tell you something. That's exactly the way a boxing gym works. A boxing gym is, for the most part, they're trying to see who they might be able to create a fighter out of. So within the first 2 weeks, they had me in there. They told me go run 5 miles, and I was like, what? They go, yeah, 2.5 miles is to this point, and you'll see the other guys, they'll be turning back, they'll tell you, and you come back, and then we'll do the workout. And at that point, all we had done is, a little bit of like, we do the jump rope, heavy bag, a lot of footwork drills, and that would be it. And it was a great workout, but there was no sparring. 2 weeks into it, he says, go run 5 miles. I get back. There's this guy there. He's just kind of like doing neck rolls and stuff, kind of warming up. And he says, Troy, come on, you're up sparring. And I was like, well, this is my first day. They'll be cool. That dude almost killed me. Almost killed me. And I remember, too, I remember getting hit so hard.
You actually remember it?
Dude, barely. And I I had to take a knee, and I stood back up. The guy came back at me. I took a knee again. I was like, wait a minute, he gonna hit me again? Because before that, all I had done is sport karate. You know, where it was light contact. It's the first time I'd ever done it.
Line stuff too, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
Stay on the
totally.
line.
Oh man, it was totally not the real deal. And I found out very quickly that if you couldn't take it, they wouldn't show you anything.
Right.
They wouldn't show you focus mitts. You knew somebody was tough if they were working focus mitts because you had to earn the right by just surviving. And the only thing you had to do was come back the next day. Now, I don't personally believe that that's the best way to do it.
No.
No,
little dangerous.
it's not.
That
Yeah,
would have
well-
scared me off.
Well, let me tell you this: the places that do that, they're hoping to have one meal ticket that they can find out of, all of these people that try and maybe make some money off of them.
And they're also running out of time too, because they're
Oh.
having to train, and they want to get
Totally.
you up there right now.
Right now, they want you up there now. But the whole thing about it is, the reason I got into this was, if you're getting into the martial arts to make money, you're not gonna. But you're not in the right avenue to take and be the richest. If you want to be, financially successful, there's a lot easier ways than to run a martial art gym.
Right.
All right. The best thing to do is, to believe in the mission, which is to take and help people be the best they can be and be able to defend themselves.
Right.
So when people come in, that's all I keep pushing. I want them to be able to take and feel better than they did when they walked in here about themselves and their ability to take care of themselves.
See, this school is not just about your physical attributes. It's about building a person. And building a person's character. And I'm quite the character. So it's worked very well for me.
You? No.
Oh, yeah.
I know, shocking, right? Build self-confidence. Build better people.
Yep.
Not just build someone can go out and just beat somebody down.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about. It's
Yeah.
about building people.
I never wanted to run a fight gym. What I wanted to run was a martial arts school
Right.
that had some fighters.
Yeah.
Different mission. I wanted to be a martial artist, not just a fighter, because I'd known guys that were fighters, and they were, it didn't help them. If they were good people, they were good in spite of being a fighter.
Yep.
I wanted to have a vehicle where the vehicle itself could help you to take in, be a better person, be stronger, be more confident, have a code, and, so I'm glad that your experience when you came in was good, because I try to be like that with everybody who comes in. Are you glad you came in?
Let me just smack the microphone
right
real quick.
across to the mic.
That's how good I am. I'm just knocking out microphones. Right?
Yeah, that no
No,
longer
I
works.
am. Well, I came in just thinking about doing the Muay Thai because I never saw myself doing kickboxing. So I was like, I'm doing
Yeah.
kickboxing.
Ah, good for you.
And no, I'm really glad. I fell in love with it, and then I fell in love with jiu-jitsu, which I didn't expect that
Yeah.
either. And now it's home. I can't. If I were to get kicked out of here for some reason,
You better be good.
or I couldn't come anymore, like I would be heartbroken.
Oh, dude.
Legitimately.
There are actual rumors
court
about her
order.
getting booted, but anyway.
We're glad you're here. That's awesome because do you think it's helped you as far as meet some of these goals that you'd already been wanting to do? Like, has the martial arts already in the few months you've been doing it? Like,
Oh, yeah,
your
definitely.
confidence and
Oh yeah.
the workout, good
Mhm.
workout too.
I feel like I'm stronger. I have more confidence.
Probably your endurance too,
Yeah,
right?
endurance definitely. And I've just, I had no friends before. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I've
see
made
it.
so many new friends here, and it's a family. That's the best part about it.
Oh yeah, I agree. Because that's the way I feel too. I mean,
Yep.
we have a lot of great facilities and equipment and all that is cutting edge, but the best thing about it is the people.
Definitely.
Tracy,
Yes, sir.
do tell.
Do tell my story.
How did you start your journey in martial arts?
Well, when I was a child, no, I'm just kidding.
It all started 9 months before I was born.
Oh Lord.
Ew. No, about a year and a half ago in March, I cold called because I got this idea in my head that I wanted to change up my routine. I wanted to get something different.
What were you doing before?
I was a bodybuilder weightlifter and was getting to the point of being tired with the routine. So I wanted something different. I wanted to do something else.
Yep.
So I called Troy, not knowing it was Troy when I called. And
This knucklehead answering the phone.
I think this man could probably sell a drowning man a glass of water.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to this guy, and I'm like, I think I really need to go by there and check it out.
Right.
So I think the first thing I said when I came in the door is I want to punch like a man. So now I'm
That's
kind
a
of
good goal.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, it is. And
That
very
is a good
attainable.
goal.
So sexist.
So
So sexist.
some girls can punch pretty hard
Exactly.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
one of them just does it for a black belt and almost beat me down.
I know, right? And I train with her all the time, and she
Yeah.
beats my head
And
all
I was
over the
hoping
place.
Care Bear was going to be here tonight, but she couldn't make it.
Oh.
The family thing's getting ready to move, so
Yeah.
she couldn't make it.
I know. I think it's me. She's trying to get away from me.
Oh,
Legitimately.
Kara, if you're listening, you are very feisty.
Yeah, she's very.
she's a
feisty.
great role model too for a
Yes.
martial art, for a woman in the martial arts. She's the best stand-up practitioner woman that I've ever
Her
trained
technique
with.
is spot
It's
on.
great.
Yeah.
I'd say on the ground the best female that I've ever trained with was
Yes.
Kat.
Yep. Yep.
Kat was for
Oh.
real good. Shout out to Kat.
I need to meet this girl.
She's unreal, and she's the
Yeah.
sweetest girl in the world.
Yep.
So yeah, there's no way that you're gonna ever convince me, because when I did kung fu, the girls that would do the kung fu and the karate and stuff like that, I didn't respect them that they'd be able to actually take any of the guys in a fight.
Right.
You know, everybody was like, well, you got to go super easy, and it's true that you have to use progressive resistance in the training method.
Right.
You start out easy with everybody.
Sure.
5 pounds, make sure they get the technique, and then add weight on. But if they stick with it, man, guy or girl doesn't matter.
Right.
You can take and go as far as you want.
Well, being an older person too, it is you can't take the hits like you would like to.
Sure.
My brain says yes, you can do this.
I've
and then
never
my
liked
body
to.
says no. Especially when Christian puts that fist in your face and just slight moves and pops you in the mouth, and you're like, "Dadgummit, Christian!"
Oh yeah,
Girl,
yeah.
you look like you're 25.
Oh, dude, right. She's because would you say you're 45?
I'm 45.
45, and she does.
When she first come in,
She looks 25.
And I would have guessed her age. I would have said like 30, 35.
Yeah, dude. I remember when she told me, I was like trying not to be too like, what? Because it looks like a put on, but I was like in my mind, what?
And Kara, she is there's I honestly would have guessed 10 years younger than she is as well.
Yeah.
And one quick thing about Care Bear before we pass this. She did a black belt test, one of the most impressive tests I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
5 months after giving birth.
That's right.
That was the most impressive thing about it.
That blows my mind.
And she's right now. I think she said she was 5 to 10 pounds below what she was before she got pregnant.
I think it was like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
It was something like
it's
that.
It's up there. Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of the most impressive things
And
I've seen.
her cardio, even though she says she's not up on cardio, her cardio is spot on. I don't
It's
know what
pretty
she's talking
doggone
about.
good.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about cardio
That's
is
right.
that no matter how good your cardio is, if you're pushing it, you're always going to experience that kind of, feeling of fatigue.
Right.
So you're like, how come this isn't getting any easier? It's like, well, you're not going at 1 mile an hour anymore. Now
No.
you're going at 50 miles an hour for
That's
the
right.
hour.
Short bursts.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
So once you came in, what was your first experience when you came in?
So I was scared to death.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, but I had gotten used to walking in and doing things and pushing myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always pushing the limits. And I didn't start doing that until about, I guess it's probably 4 years ago when I
Really?
started pushing limits. Yep.
That's funny
With
too, because
myself.
you strike me as that's somebody that, or something, a quality that you've had growing up.
Yeah, it just
Nope.
seems like she's a person that we're setting this bar high, and then I'm going over that bar and making a new one.
Yep. No, I was very timid, quiet, shy, never did anything by myself. Didn't even go to Lynchburg by myself.
No doubt.
Well, this
And-
is an intimidating city.
What can be,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
unless you're armed.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, that's the thing. I knew I wanted to train with Tracy, though. She came in, and like I said, she's 45. She looks 25. She was a bodybuilder, a fitness competitor,
I did a couple of shows.
a couple
yes.
of those shows, and a handgun instructor.
Handgun
Yes.
instructor. I've taken her class, and it was very impressive.
Dude, I was
It
just
was
like,
also very humbling.
well, dude, right?
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, oh, then this is the piece of the puzzle for complete,
Yep.
person who would want to seek out these things. You need this piece of the puzzle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always good. It's a well-rounded thing, and I
Yeah.
always tell people all the time, you don't have to be young, in shape, whatever, to shoot a gun and protect yourself.
Yep.
It just helps. But
I'm trying to find someone who would take me shooting sometime, but they keep.
trying, D. But I told you my boss is really riding me.
Dude, right?
yes, legitimate.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we'll have some information, but can we put up information if
Okay. If she gives me information, we can put it on the.
Yep, that's
on-
awesome. We
for
can do
for
that.
your next concealed and carry course
Sure,
that you
sure.
want to offer.
Yep. Yep.
All right, cool. Now you came in and it was a little intimidating. What was the first day like though?
The first class that I came in, I really, really liked it when I left.
Did you?
And I was jazzed. I was
Okay.
ready to go. And was really hard on myself because I sucked. The first day was really, really hard on myself because I went home. I was like, oh, I made a major tale of myself.
Everybody looks like that on their first day.
it's
I've got
terrible.
video of my first day. You'll never see it.
I'm glad nobody took video. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Let me tell you. If you see the improvement from what you did,
Oh, it was pathetic.
to now.
It's one
on
of
your
the things
first day
I
to now.
highly recommend taking a video self every at least couple months or something.
Oh, great
And you will
tip.
see. You will go. I'm really not improving. You see a video from a couple months ago. You go. You know what? I actually am improving a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, you always hit those plateaus, and
Yeah.
then you're
Yeah.
climbing that hill.
You
And
got to fight through them.
and I had a guy tell me the other night that out of all the people he's worked with, I was probably one of the hardest punchers he's worked with.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
So I'm like, nah, that's awesome.
And it's like weight loss, or if you're trying to put on size too. You don't see the little changes that you're making every single day.
Right.
But if you run into somebody that you haven't seen in like a long time, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, all of you guys have made great gains. In fact, I think the coaching here is strong,
Yeah.
but the community actually helps too. If you need extra help, everybody's willing to say, "Come here, we'll help you."
Yeah.
So.
I
And-
won't do that, but other people will.
So you went home. Was there? What were the thoughts going through your head once you left?
I was like, I can't wait till Wednesday.
All right, good.
Oh, so
So-
it was on a Monday?
It was on a Monday.
Because I was thinking if it was Wednesday, like I'm all jazzed up. I have to wait all the way till Monday.
Well, then I went home and I was trying to get my husband to come in here. But
Sweet Clark should come in here.
I know.
But his biggest thing is time, though, right?
It's time, and he's not an aggressive person.
I got you.
Man could shoot, he could nail tacks with a gun. And it makes me sick because I can't hit as well as he can. But is so not an aggressive person. I don't think he's ever punched anybody in his life. I don't think that he it's just not his thing.
Well, one of my
That's
teachers.
not a bad thing, by the way.
No, it's not.
I mean, you need yin and yang.
Hey,
But one of my teachers had a saying, because an aggressive personality can be a great quality, and it can be a hindrance if it's out of control.
Absolutely.
Just watch some of the Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor face-offs. And
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that one today?
I saw the presser today. I was like, this is the
Christian. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, Diaz's guys come out, and I was like, oh gosh, idiots galore.
But that aggression can be great. The thing about a good martial art program, the coach and the program need to take and make sure that they're guiding it to where it's something that can be turned on when you need it.
Right.
Because there's a right time to be aggressive.
Sure.
And it's like, well, what do you do? Some people just don't have it in them, that killer instinct.
Right.
And my teacher told me, he goes, let me tell you, everybody's got it. It just takes a different level to bring it out of people.
Yep.
Well, and that's what I tell people. If you
Yeah.
make that man mad,
Yeah,
you
right.
better run.
Oh,
Because it's going to be bad. It's going to be ugly.
there's some
You know.
guys that you could, call names, nothing. Cuss them, nothing. Push them, nothing.
Yeah.
You touch their mother, and you'll have a raving lunatic on your hands
right.
that will hurt you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
everybody's got the button. You just got to figure out what it is that pushes it.
Well, I get my self-control tested on a regular basis.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be able to maintain a tremendous amount of self-control
Yep, yep.
is definitely not a waste.
Dude.
Definitely not a waste.
What would you say some of the qualities of your training that you've gotten out of here? What's been some of the benefits you've kind of enjoyed?
I like being in better shape. I like being able to learn how to protect myself.
Yeah, yeah.
And knowing that I can actually take a hit if I need to.
Yeah.
And still, because I took a good hit in the last black belt test.
Right.
It rung my bell. I stumbled a little bit, but came back up. Didn't take a knee, didn't fall down. And so I know I can take it. But I think that's probably being able to test myself is probably one of the best things in the world that you can do in here. You
Tracy
don't-
has one goal.
I want a black eye, daggum it.
That is exactly it.
Well, shoot, I can help you
One.
with that right now.
I know. It's like there's a line of people, but she won't take anybody up on it.
I know. I don't know why I want one. I just
I'm
always
hoping
wanted
Care Bear
one.
before she leaves can come and help you with that.
She might.
She,
Well, if you do this long
she
enough, it's
almost
going to
gave
happen.
Yeah.
She almost gave like about 4 of us black eyes on Saturday.
Well, I heard she got a good hit in on you.
You know what? Let's just take care of this black eye right now.
Yeah, right.
Tracy, hold still.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's
You got to earn it.
well. The other thing is all of the different training that you guys have done in here. Hopefully, you're meeting goals, but you're also setting new goals.
Yep.
Right.
Constantly pushing forward. What's the next level? What's the next thing? Because it's impossible, like I said, if you're being guided correctly, to be bored.
Yep.
Right.
If you're being bored, then you've stopped the creative process, because that's what it is. It's constant discovery.
Troy always told us this way back in the day. He's like, black belt is kind of your ultimate goal. Just enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Because if you're just always thinking, man, that black belt's a long ways away, you're never going to get there. You're going to quit.
Yeah.
Right.
But just enjoy the process. Have fun with it.
So many people just overly worry about it, because to me, I look at it like this. Black belt is your first major goal,
Yep.
Right.
because that's really when the idea of black belt is that you have your basics mastered so that you're ready to actually start learning some really neat stuff.
Right.
Enjoy that journey, because so many people, they worry about, especially jiu-jitsu's really bad
Yep,
about this.
it is.
Well, jiu-jitsu's not bad. A lot of people in jiu-jitsu get real bad about that. They constantly are like, oh, hey, coach, when am I going to belt up? When am I going to stripe? And it's like, dude, just enjoy the journey.
Right.
Have fun.
Have fun.
You didn't come in here to get a piece of cloth with tape on it. I can go buy you one of those.
It never validates you.
Hey,
My teacher, Hoyce, has a great saying. He says, the belt takes care of 2 inches of your ass. You have to take care of the rest. And I was like, yeah, that's good.
yep. I always remember. It's like, I told people, it's like, I got a black. They asked me because they know I train. He's like, you got a black belt? I was like, yeah. And I said, I like them go, you know what it's good for, don't you? He's like, and they're like, what? And I was
Holding
like,
pants
it's
up.
good to hold my pants up.
Yep.
Well, Mr. Miyagi said.
JT Penne,
Yeah.
398.
Sears, 1995. Yeah.
Very good, Daniel-san.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys one of the things that always stuck out in my head when my younger training was my first time I sparred. I sparred with Will, and
That was your first time?
first time I ever.
You
sparred.
should have talked to me.
Well, I'm just like that. I'm just like, you know what? You spar? Sure, I'll spar. And so, when we got there, he clocks me 3 times. Bam, bam, bam. and he had the, are you all right? Before he got to R and U, I done hit him 2 times back.
Oh, good.
and he was like, all right, this guy's will stick around.
Yeah,
all
he's
right.
gonna be one of us.
If he ever cuts that mullet, he'll be all right.
Oh, dude, I tell you, I wish you guys could see the picture of Daryl that I saw the first time he walked in.
The greatest glasses in the world.
Oh, man. Oh, this guy, I love you, Daryl.
These things these glasses actually had a name of their own. Do you remember the name?
Coke bottle?
BC.
What?
Oh, yeah.
The BC glasses.
Yeah, birth control
Birth
glasses.
control glasses.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's look at it.
It's true. It's all true.
They were like,
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
dude, it was
I
bad
took them
because
off and still worked.
weren't they the ones they had like tortoiseshell rims,
No, those things are brutal.
and they had like
They
a
were-
shading, so he always looked like he was wearing just sunglasses.
Yeah, remember, we were poor, so we had to get glasses out of the cheap side. We didn't get the good stuff.
Oh, dude, and the mullet. This mullet.
It
Oh
was,
my
a
God.
moulet. The French moulet. Yes, you do this and it just goes on.
It was
Shake that.
awful. It was. I used to pick on him. I was like, we gotta let that go.
Lord have mercy.
It was just delicious.
Oh. But he came in. I remember D when he first came in. He told me about some of his physical situation with, like, he had his hip issue and dialysis on a regular basis and stuff. But I was like, well, tell me, is there any limitations? He goes, well,
Just kill. Just
Yeah.
kill everybody.
Kill.
He goes, I don't have a kidney, so you can't, hurt my kidney.
Yeah, that. I had mastered a whole bunch of no pee jokes, and now I'm trying to learn some pee jokes now.
Yeah, right.
I had a
And
long list of 'em.
dude, it was awful. I was like, don't do that to yourself.
I don't have kidneys, so you can't piss me off.
Dude,
Oh, that's actually kind of good.
But he was one of those guys. He was like, nope, I'm going to take and be serious about the journey. I'm going to enjoy it. And from day one, after he came in, I could see that you were a hard worker. And I was like, oh, no, he was. He was a hard worker.
So not true.
And he started out like exactly like a lot of you guys do. A lot of times, not everybody comes in and they want to do everything.
Right.
They want to dip their toe in the pool. They want to say, I'll try it, and hopefully we can make the experience good enough to where they're willing to take and trust us on trying another part, of the journey. And he did. And started doing jiu-jitsu, the MMA, the Muay Thai. And back then, we even did a lot more of the stuff that we had come up with the Filipino Kali with stick and knife work and stuff like that.
The only thing I didn't like about that is on those occasions where instead of hitting sticks, stick hits hand.
Oh, let me
Yeah,
tell you,
that was not fun.
I still have a
but-
couple broke knuckles
Yeah.
for those.
I mean,
Oh.
this is back when
Oh, yeah.
when they were in Gold's Gym,
Yikes.
and so they had that window. We kind of called that the fishbowl
yeah, the human aquarium.
because people would come up there and just look in there. like, what
Yeah,
are
I
these people
remember
doing?
that. I remember
And
Yeah.
and that's how I got going.
A lot of
Yeah.
people did. In fact,
I got clocked hard too by Will.
what in the first how long before you sparred? Do you think?
Oh, it was maybe a couple months, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe slightly longer than that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't too long.
Okay. No, but the thing about it is that was 2000. It's 2016.
Yep.
So my goal, I used to take and get a lot of the professional journals for professional martial arts, and one of the things they want you to push, in order to be financially successful, is to constantly be pushing. We are a black belt school. Your goal is black belt. Your goal is not black belt. Your goal is maybe a black belt lifestyle. Because my goal is to be doing this when I'm 95. Because if it was only about the full contact fighting and stuff, dude, that ship has sailed, man. My MMA days were done in the 90s.
It's,
Yeah.
That's hard to maintain that and not have injuries constantly and,
Yep.
Dude,
lots of chiropractic visits. And
oh
stuff.
yeah, I've had them. And one of my teachers, Professor Pedro Sauer, was one of the best pieces of advice he gave me was, you want longevity, manage your injuries.
Right.
Manage your body, you get one. He goes, the tough guys, they come in here and they'll break each other and stuff. And as much as they're trying to take and run with this torch of, look, I'm doing this the way it's supposed to be done with, aggression and strength, he goes, they don't last. Once they're broken, they're done. He goes, all the tough guys, I don't see them anymore. The smart guys are here.
I can't tell you the number of people that come in and yeah, I'm gonna be a black belt. I'm the toughest guy around. 2 weeks later, you don't see these people.
Do you know how many people have come in and talked to me and told me I'm going to be the next UFC champ?
Oh yeah,
Christian did that.
yeah.
I did.
No,
actually.
no,
I
no,
did.
no.
Oh yeah, looked him straight in the eye, said, "The best ever," and then I dropped the mic.
I tell you when I was
Please don't
really
drop the
interested in
mic.
training with you. He came in for a jiu-jitsu seminar, I think, one time that we did.
With Hoist,
Was it with Hoist?
it was with Hoist.
But I got a chance to meet him, and I think I might have only had like one little interaction, like a jiu-jitsu interaction. He was such a good person, I could tell. And I also could tell, I mean, he had balance, he had strength, he had speed. And I was like, man, that dude could be good. And I was like, I got to take and see if I can't talk him into coming in here. He'd be a great training partner. One of my favorite training partners in jiu-jitsu, specifically on the ground, because I ain't letting him hit me.
No,
Oh yeah.
That ship has sailed. Nobody hits me anymore. I don't want to get hit anymore. I want to be able to talk in the next 10 years.
You're not gonna have a problem with that.
just keep your chin tucked.
I do have one question for each one of you guys because I was telling you about like one big highlight that I've had so far, and like one of that first big highlight. What's something that you guys have done so far in martial arts? You go, I didn't expect to be able to do something like that.
Oh, this is a good one.
Well, here's the thing. Chris is like, I expect everything ahead of time, and therefore nothing surprises me.
Exactly. Then drop the mic.
Again, don't drop that mic.
All right.
I paid good money for that.
You did. So I won't. Let's see. Something I accomplished. Okay. All right. I got it. As soon as you're done with the Jeopardy song. Okay.
Bong bong.
So, a little fun side story.
True story.
True story. Before I met Faith, I was dating this one girl back up in Northern Virginia.
You might not want to tell this story in case you listen.
Hold on, let me talk to Christian about what needs to go on in this podcast. Your wife is listening to this.
My wife's listening, and I told her this story too. It's a true inspiration, I think. I don't know. Point is, though, she broke up with me. The point is, she broke up with me, and I was sad, to say the least. That's the nicest way of putting it for a podcast with the public. Sad. And I had nothing to do. And I think one of the greatest achievements that I reached was, instead of moping, sitting in my room at the time, just kind of being like, well, until college starts up, I guess I'm just going to sit here and watch
Fetal
Netflix
position with Doritos.
all day. Chow down these Doritos. Get that chocolate milk and that Pepsi down.
Oh, God.
Besides that, and
I'm pretty sure that's a Laverne and Shirley concoction. Milk and Pepsi.
Pepsi, yeah.
I tried it. Don't do that.
Don't-
No, that's bad.
would have been terrible. But and what you guys have to understand is this. This is wintertime, and I have no body fat on me whatsoever that keeps in heat. So whenever winter hits, I become the biggest crybaby ever. When I walk into this gym, I am wearing 2 layers of pants,
He does.
a t-shirt, and a shirt. And then as soon as, like, after I'm done with my workout and sweat, I throw in a jacket afterwards. Like, I can't do cold.
I can't
Period.
either.
Can't do it. My
can't
body
either.
physically starts to hurt. Well, after she broke up with me and I'm single and alone, besides just wallowing, I actually go and I train. I train outside. I run. I shadow box. I practice like a few things that we've learned here. I don't know if I was here yet at the time. Might not have been here, but things I had done in other classes before. And it stopped me from getting into that mindset of what's the point of doing anything. And it kept me going and going. And so I think that was my biggest achievement, just the fact that instead of wallowing, I replaced that void with martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Hey, I'm
Go
back,
on.
guys. Your favorite person?
That's
What's
not
something I have accomplished?
You've
Like
had time to
everything.
ponder
I never saw myself doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess just staying dedicated.
Mhm.
I mean, because before I'd go to the gym and, I said how boring it was.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I'd go a few times a week. I'd have to force myself to go. Here, I don't have to force myself. I'm excited. It's the best part of my day, really.
Oh, dude, that's
I mean,
right.
when I'm at work, I'm like, man, I can't wait to go to the Edge tonight. And then when practice is over, I'm like, oh man, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
That stupid work thing gets in the way of everything.
Do you guys ever do this? Like, I'll have this happen if I'm working and it's just like a really rough part of the day. I'll think, you know what? It's all good because in a few hours I'll be on the mat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I said in a few hours I'll be on the mat. Life will be good.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and just the people that are here, I'll be around all the cool people.
You find them. Let me know.
I mean, I don't come in here in a bad mood. I mean, if I had a bad day, I come in here, it puts me in a good mood.
Oh yeah.
No joke. What was it, last week? I came in here, had a horrible day at work. I mean, I was pissed.
Oh yeah.
And even Tyler asked me, are you okay? I came in here and I was good mood.
It doesn't take long.
No, it doesn't.
Get over it.
Was that the day I got cold cocked?
That'd put me in a good mood.
Was it? It was on a Friday.
No,
I
no.
think it might have been the day I slept like an hour and a half the night before.
Yes.
And then had a bad day at work.
Yeah.
So.
That's a rough day.
Yeah.
She works with dogs. It is always a rough day.
Oh.
He's got bad jokes too.
Dude, whatever. Bad jokes.
Dad
Also,
jokes.
right.
Yeah, so
dad bad.
yeah, just staying dedicated really is probably the biggest accomplishment.
That's good. I tell you what, that even as a goal, because some people are like, how do you what kind of goal setting should we be doing? Is it higher kicks? Is it a new belt? It's like, you know what? One of the best goals that you can set for yourself is consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency. If you're consistent, the rest of those things, they should be taking care of themselves if you're putting in the effort while you're here.
I've always said everyone should have their own goals. They should be like, Coach, what's my goals? Like, That's on you.
Yeah.
I mean, you should make your own goals. If I make a goal for you, it doesn't mean as much.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
So, I mean, set your own goals, but don't set. I've always said this: don't set them so low that they're easy. Don't set them so high that they're impossible. Set a goal you know you can get to, but it's gonna take some work to make it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, when it comes to goal setting, one of the biggest struggles they have is that even though they know that they want things to be better, they lack clarity into what that means. The more clear you can be in your goal setting process, the better chance you have of hitting a target that you can see. So and how do you take and get clarity? By asking questions. What am I looking for? What area am I lacking in? What would make me happier? So
A goal without a plan is just a wish.
yeah, that's it. So, and the thing is, you have been. I bet you since
I'm
we have
gonna drop the mic now.
drop it and go. D has left the building.
You deserve
Yeah,
it.
no.
Now, but
Pay
you've
too
been
much more.
consistent. I mean, from where you first started and where you are now. I mean, you've been consistent the whole time. I will say this: there will come a time when the honeymoon is over,
Yep.
Right.
where you're
yeah.
like, man, this is just now it's like not new and exciting.
Yeah.
Typically after fight camp.
But
Fight
you
camp.
have to understand that it is going to be like a roller coaster. Sometimes it's going to be smooth sailing, on top, and dude, everything is good. And
Right.
sometimes it's, the bottom of the valley where you got to work to get back to that place. If you expect that ahead of time, you can cut, any kind of doubts in your mind. Maybe I had to quit now.
Mine took about 3 years, and when mine hit, it hit like a ton of bricks.
What, the honeymoon?
Yeah, and then it was the point where Troy, I left for a while. And,
Oh, wow.
And I come back, and Troy's like, "Dude, I'm glad you left. You were becoming a jerk."
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
I hated him.
yeah.
No, not really.
So, okay.
I honestly, at that time, if I'd been everyone else, I would totally have understood. I was quite the jerk for a while. Because I mean, it was just like, all right, I'm back again. Just do this again.
And what should have happened there, now in retrospect, I think that, the lesson there that we learned, because I learned it with you, it wasn't like that for me. I had a different, honeymoon experience, where I had to take and find it. We don't have seasons in martial
Yeah,
arts.
that's why I told somebody that today too.
Yeah. And a lot of times if you grow up with that mentality of like, hey, it's baseball season, get the gloves out. Okay, that's done. Let's put the gloves up. It's football season, get the football out. Well, in martial arts, we don't have that. So sometimes it's helpful to take and pull back from one area so that you can focus on a different area. So I create my own seasons. Like I'll be in a Thai boxing focus for a while and then a jiu-jitsu focus for a while. Now, ever since I started training with Hoist Gracie, it's really been all jiu-jitsu. So now when I change my focus, it's what part of the game am I going to focus on? I'm going to work my guard game right now. I'm going to work my stand-up self-defense. I'm going to work the weapons. So, but keep those goals being set and be proactive when you feel that downturn coming. Don't be afraid of it. It's natural.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff. What about you?
Tracy.
What was the question again?
What is something that has happened?
What's your favorite
that-
soda?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, favorite soda.
Oh,
It's
Pepsi Girl.
Pepsi and chocolate milk.
And milk.
That's right.
Yeah,
We know
did you
that.
took it from me?
We know that.
That's right.
So, like, what is like one of your biggest goals or accomplishments so far here?
Actually, I would say probably fighting that voice that's in my head. Because when I was growing up,
Crazy folk.
that's right. All those crazy little voices in your head. But there was always, the way I grew up was I was always told that I couldn't do anything.
Not allowed or not capable?
Not capable.
Oh, wow.
See, I've never been that way. I mean, growing up, everybody knows me. 47 operations. Growing up with one kidney that didn't work. Legs were crooked. They had been broken and straightened, but and everybody's like, dude, just do your best.
You ran a good 200.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
600.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually only 3 out of the 6.
Three
but
out of
yeah.
the 6.
But anyway, if y'all listened last week, you would get this joke. Go back and listen. And interrupted you go.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
But-
good at interrupting. But anyway, go ahead and start talking again.
I was always told that, not being able to do anything, not capable of doing anything, not smart enough, not strong enough, not pretty enough, not tall enough. It was the way I was raised. So never really stepping out of the box and never trying anything different was something that never really was natural to me. So I had to fight that. And about 4 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm getting older. Half my life is over. The one thing I need to do is I want to be old and not have regrets.
Yep.
And, quitting is a habit, and it's a nasty habit.
It really is. It really is.
And I am not much of a quitter anymore. I used to be a quitter, not anymore.
Oh,
and
good
I
for
think
you.
that was probably my greatest accomplishment is not quitting. Even when I felt like I wanted to, I still did it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have bad days and good days, and today was not that good of a day.
It happens.
I bet it was your
But-
workout partner.
I know. He was,
Wah, wah.
but no, today was not a good day, not good form, not good
That was
anything.
me.
But I was still here and I finished the class and I didn't quit.
Good.
So
I wasn't going to let you quit.
I know that.
Yeah, I did 3
Yeah.
miles at the trail day and come in. I was like, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Well, you get up in the morning and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I got to go to the gym today. 8 o'clock in the morning comes, you got to go to the gym. And 8:15 comes and you're still not in the gym. And
I'm still in bed.
you look at 8:22 and you're like, dadgummit, I'm 22 minutes past when I'm supposed to be in the gym. And you make yourself go down there and tonight you got to go back to the gym. And I push myself every single day. And I don't tell myself I can't anymore. That's not in my vocabulary.
Very cool.
See, it's one of those things that she said that baffles me. When they said you're not smart enough, like who tells their child that they're not smart enough? That blows my
Was that from
mind.
your parents or
It's from my mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's
My
that?
mother.
Who would go, you're not smart enough. That
Yep.
blows my mind.
Never tall enough, never
I
pretty
I
enough.
can understand she's going to
Yeah.
go, you can't dunk a basketball. I can understand.
Yeah.
I'm right
Yeah.
there with you in that same boat. Ellen over here dunking basketballs left and right on the 3-foot goal.
I hate to disagree with you, but I understand because when I talk to you, I always think that like, you are not smart
You
enough,
look at me and
Dave.
say to yourself, I'm not as smart as him. You shouldn't think that way.
That
Troy.
is
You're
not
a-
what I
you're a
think.
very
Word
smart
twister.
person.
You're a word twister.
Damn.
He
Twister's
is.
good.
Well, I tell you,
Right hand blue dot.
it's funny. I was blessed. I've been blessed my whole life with really incredible mentors.
Right.
In fact, I feel like if I hadn't done anything with it, that when I died and stood in front of God, that I'd have to apologize.
Right.
Because there was so many doors opened by so many of the best people in the world that I've been lucky enough not just to train in the martial arts with, but all the people that I've been lucky enough for you to take and get through that.
Right.
That's impressive.
Yep.
That's great. In fact, that's really inspiring.
It takes a lot of work for people to not go the path of least resistance.
Oh,
Yep,
without
it really,
a doubt.
It really does.
You see
It really
people
does.
doing it every day, all day.
Yep.
And my dad could have done that. And thank God I'm like my dad.
Good for you.
My dad was a tough bird. He almost didn't make it through the winter of 48. Him and his brother had to sleep on top of each other at night and take turns who was on top and who was on the bottom to keep themselves from freezing to death.
Oh wow.
And, eating frozen potatoes out of the pig pen to keep from starving to death.
Oh yeah.
And, my dad could have turned into a criminal. He could have turned into a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of doing that, my dad really built a huge empire out of nothing.
Oh, that's
That's awesome.
fantastic.
And
That's
I
awesome.
was determined. I think I'm not sure what age I was. I think I was probably in my late 30s when I decided, you know what, this is stupid. And I'm capable of so much more. And I'm really sick of that voice in my head. That voice has to go away.
That's awesome.
And sometimes it sneaks back in. But, you just got to go, no, go away.
Listen to voice number 7 in your head. That's always the good one.
I know. Number 7 is always good. Number 1 through 5, not so
Not so
good.
much.
No, no.
Not so much.
6 is kind of a wimpy voice.
Yeah, it's a weird voice. I don't want to do it today.
Stop. Yeah. Yeah. But,
But I think we all deal with that voice in the head.
Oh, yeah.
You have to master it.
Yeah.
But it's good that you did because there's a lot of people. I do not circulate around very many of those people because the people who come in here have all gotten over that,
yes.
or else they wouldn't be in here. They wouldn't walk through the door.
Right.
Because like you guys said, it's intimidating.
It
It's
is.
a big step. So, it's great when you come around because you guys have said it just now. You have a horrible day, but you come in here and you plug in and you get energized.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, some days, your brain's just not all here.
Oh, yeah.
And tonight was one of those nights, and it's a good thing we weren't sparring because I probably would have been laid out. But,
Have it help you.
well, maybe that black eye is in my near future. It's right there. It is. But, I think a lot of people waste their potential by not stepping in and being that mentor person. because they hold themselves back.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Yep.
was one of those people that was a yes person.
Yep.
If somebody came up to me and said, you know, oh, I just look so horrible today, I'm like, yes, you do.
Oh wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, that is so me at the store all the time.
That is Daryl.
No, I would have been like, no, you know, it's fine. I was always that person that would always go with whatever the conversation was going to.
I gotcha.
And sometimes being brutally honest is not a bad thing.
Sometimes.
It's all in the delivery.
Yeah.
You know, the delivery has to be gentle, but
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
moment too. The moment
Yeah.
dictates.
Yeah.
Some
So-
people need it. Some people
Yep.
might not be ready for it.
Well, you walk up to these 20-year-old kids and they're sitting there and they're not doing anything with their
Oh my
life.
goodness, it's brutal.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
need it.
Yeah.
And they need a smack on the back of the head saying, you know, get your stuff together. Let's
yeah.
do this. So, you know,
Sometimes I feel like the job is to be a drill sergeant, and other times is to be a cheerleader.
that's right.
You know, to find out, you know, who needs what at what time.
See,
You make a
know-
pretty cheerleader.
Yeah, you ought to see. I got the legs for
I ain't
it.
got no problem with that. I remember when I was always a head instructor, and I was always, you know, there's some people you lead by sugar, and sometimes you lead by salt.
Dude, right?
You know, I mean, you know, some people need that slap in the head, and some people need a hand holding.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just gotta know, you know, figure them out, and know which one works better with which.
That's right.
Well, and the thing about
I
it,
need a passy.
yeah.
And a banky.
I tell you what, there was a time back then when you did. I was like, good gosh. You know,
He's so pretty. He's so smart. Why is he such a whiner?
you're a word twisterer.
Yes.
Twisterer. But yeah, the greatest thing is, especially if you guys are meeting your goals, you know, you've come through these different things, is that always remember the journey is not all about you. At the beginning, it has to be about you. If you want to take and affect the world, you have to take care of yourself first,
Right.
so that you have more to give with. Because so many people come in, and martial arts can be a very selfish endeavor.
Yep.
Because if you don't have a selfish time, if it's always give,
Right.
then pretty soon you run out of anything to share.
Right.
You know, it's like somebody, if you're in a life or death situation, literally in a survival situation, and you got your kid with you, the you know, idea would be to always give them all the food, all the water. That's great. And then you die, and now the kid's out there alone without you.
That's right.
So, you know, your whole thing, take care of you first, but with the idea that there has to be a give time in the future. You have to be looking to help other people grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely making that transition now because I'm starting to see all these people that are brand new.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, I can teach them something.
I can help
This
them.
is a new feeling.
There's an old lady in here now.
You know, I'm so used to being like, dude, everybody help me. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
nothing to give, but now I have.
I want a good workout. I'm not willing to give.
Yeah,
Now I
there's a
have-
lot of people like that.
Yeah, I have lots to give now. So now I'm making that transition. Like, okay, I need
know
to.
when I learned this lesson, because Troy used to be like, he's like, man, when it's my time to train, it's my time to train. Just get away. It's my time to train.
Yeah.
And then when I become a head instructor, I was like, oh, that's what he was talking about. There's no time for me to train.
It's
I'm
tough.
always helping everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a big thing.
Well, my goal is to take and, you know, get enough people to take and help with the, you know, the load. That's one thing that Christian is probably further along than a lot of people. You know,
Christian is amazing. I'm just gonna say that when I watch him with new people and stuff, it's amazing. They
yeah.
he's so good with new people. It's great.
And it's really good because I'm very comfortable with like handing that over to
Yep.
because before I'd do everything because I didn't trust anybody else to do it. I was like, no, really, I got this. You guys go hit pads or something for the next 30 minutes. I got this. But now I know if they're in there and Christian is one of the guys in it, that it's good to go. You know, so thank you for being there.
I just try really hard.
Today he did an intro with 3 kids. Ellen was in there helping him out.
Yeah, I saw him.
And then Tyler, he jumped in and helped out.
Christian was doing amazing, and then, well, Christian was doing amazing.
Oh, Lord.
I was gonna say, what do you gotta say, D? Huh?
I got nothing.
Nothing good. Nothing good.
I got nothing.
Words were about to be said.
I got nothing.
But the opposite
Golf
is also
blade.
true, and this is something that I've learned too. And I had to learn this. You need to focus on yourself, and then you need to give. But you also have it has to be a cycle. It has to come back to you too. if I, ever have a time where I'm like, okay, well, I'm done with me right now. Now the rest of my life is about giving. You got to keep charging the battery. You got to have some moments where you are, putting in the roll time, getting the workout in, hitting the gym, hitting the run, whatever it is that you're going to take and do to energize yourself, you got to keep doing it. So hopefully when I see you guys, I can take and say, hey, yeah, you've done enough right now. I need you to go run. I need you to take and, get on the mitts.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a cycle. I know for a fact that when it comes down to training multiple little kids, biggest thing that goes with any kid under the age of 10 or 11 is their attention span. Flat out, I can only look one kid in the eyes. I can yell at the other two.
Yeah.
Yep.
While not looking at them, they know that I see them out the corner of my eye, but until I look at them, they'll always fidget and whatnot. So one of the greatest things that I do appreciate here, and things that I've been trying my best to do, Tyler came in here, and the moment Tyler came in here, for all of you who don't know, Tyler came in here over 200 pounds, very uncoordinated. The same night Trace came in.
Oh, wow.
Very first class that came in.
That's too cool.
And but I saw the guy and I was like, hey, do you want help on anything? He's like, teach me. That's it. Just teach me. I don't care where we start. And within about a month, this guy had his lead and rear tie kicks down.
Oh yeah.
Another month down, he had his footwork down. Another month in, he had his handwork and footwork and tie kicks down. Started sparring within, I think, like 6 months of being here. And now he helps out with the kids class. He helped out with those kids tonight. And Ellen here, same thing. She just put in the time and work, and I put my time in her. And now when we do have 3 kids or 5 new people, and it's happened before. We've had like 5 new people one night come in. And I was like, I can show you all a very generic thing, but I can't see what every one of you is doing at once.
That's right.
So if one of you is like a southpaw and you keep switching to orthodox, I can't keep correcting you and then keeping an eye on the orthodox people.
Yeah.
But now I have people like Ellen and Tyler, and even once in a while Tracy will come in if someone knows that. I was like, hey, Tracy, can you work with them? And I trust them because I've worked with Tracy to a point where I'm like,
You're good.
she's got it.
Yeah.
So it does give back.
Yeah, and it's really neat if you see that kind of development, because I'm a big believer that if you want to take and learn more, one of the best ways is the stuff that you've already got, exposed to, teach it. Because again, how do you take and, make sure you know it? You have to have clarity. Well, if you can't teach it to like a 7-year-old, you don't have clarity. Because you have to have clarity to explain it to him on his level.
Some things don't come naturally to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
For me, it does not come naturally. I have to work extra hard at it. Nothing is natural for me.
Dude, I always
So-
had people say, man, you guys, man, it looks like it comes real easy for you. It was not the case for me either. I had to work at everything.
Everything.
Troy saw how rough it was for me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember after class, I'd be in the corner over there with the heavy bag at Gold's Gym.
All the time.
I'd be over there for like 30 minutes after class, kicking and kicking and kicking. And, like the guys would be over there, Troy and other coaches, they'd be just sitting over there and like shaking their head.
Huh?
But they always look at me like, at least he's still trying.
Well,
He's
my
still
whole
pushing
thing,
it.
I knew, though, pretty quick with you that your work ethic was going to take and be, your best asset. And I didn't understand it at the beginning. I was like, I wonder where he gets that from. And then it hit me with like a ton of bricks. It's like his whole life is work.
Right.
Taking and doing what he has to be challenged with, and being able to meet, just walking. I mean, he had a crooked leg, his hip was,
Two of them.
yeah.
Not just one, 2 of them.
Dude,
They
so,
both had to get broke and straightened.
but you know what? That's one of the greatest lessons about martial arts is that that struggle is, with no struggle, there is no strength.
That's right.
You have to have struggle if you want to enjoy the strength. You can't be strong if you're not going through the struggle. And, all those struggles that he was going through, he's one of the strongest people I know.
That's right.
Well,
Well, I
I
think
can't believe I said that out loud and it's on here.
Don't worry. I'm going to have that on repeat for about
Ego
5 times. Like I did
inflation.
Wiki, wiki, strongest. Wiki, people.
So it's going to be on there. So
I think
it's what it should be.
That'll be how the show goes on and off the air.
well, Christian came to me one night, and I know my kicks were terrible, and he said, "Well, when you go home, do 100 tie kicks every day."
I did.
Yep.
So each side.
What was the key to that also?
technique, slow, not hard,
That's right.
good technique. So I think I did that for like 3 weeks in a row, and finally I was like, all right, let's try this, and it actually did work.
Oh, it will.
So I feel like they're a lot stronger.
That's one thing I've said a lot. I know Troy said this a lot too. Sometimes to go fast, you got to go slow.
Oh,
Yeah, slow it
Absolutely.
down. Really focus on that technique. And many times back in the day, Troy made one mistake with me. It was like, look in the mirror so you can see what you're doing. I just saw me in the mirror. But,
he started playing with his mullet.
Yeah, like man, that's nice. Look at that guy. He's handsome.
BC glasses.
BC
Dude,
glasses.
hey, but I'll tell you this too.
They
I always
broke those glasses one time, by the way, at a kids' night.
did. You really?
No, y'all did.
Oh, did we break them?
Yeah.
We were doing you a favor.
That's called negative. But
Trust me,
Saved
man.
you from
it
a
was for
world
the
of
best.
torment.
Well, I
yeah,
always
like I don't already have that.
when I see somebody doing it fast and wrong, I'm like, why are you doing it fast? If you can't do it correctly slow, you can't do it right fast.
That's
If you
one
can
thing you
prove to
always
me,
see.
if you can prove to me you can do it slow, we'll say, hey, let's add 5 more miles per hour.
Right.
But if you can't, it's like, man, all you're doing is reinforcing a bad habit.
Habits, yeah.
You are a train wreck.
Oh man, but you know what? I've had guys. I'll pick on Jacob a little bit. He's got a fight coming up. When Jacob Wood came in here, he'd already had some training. The guy is super strong. He's already like this,
His legs are like tree trunks.
Oh, they really are,
Solid.
man. I mean, he is
Solid.
strong.
Yeah.
But everything was about physicality.
Right.
If he wanted to throw a punch, even if it
Hardest
was
ever.
wrong, he would throw that thing from Texas.
Yep.
And the punch wouldn't stop until it hit Maine. And
I
was just
felt
like,
so sorry for his cousin because his cousin took a swift beating.
oh, dude, all the time. All the time. But the thing is, I said, look, if you take and slow it down and hit right, you can earn the right to double your power.
Yep.
Right.
It's true.
And it took forever for him to do it, but then something snapped, and I just kept harping on him. And something snapped with him, and he started doing it. His technique has just exploded in comparison.
Yep.
See, because now I got to spar.
Oh, dude. I
I
mean,
sparred with him
unreal.
one night. I am less than eager to do that again.
The whole thing about him, he can hit you slow. It's still a tree
Yeah.
falling
It
on
is.
you slowly.
Yeah.
Well, his tippy tap is not tippy tap for somebody who's like me,
Dude,
So-
dude, it's not like that with anybody.
But I
If
ate
he
his
hits-
legs up. I ate his legs up.
Oh, yeah.
So kicking the crap out of the bottoms of his legs.
I would suggest footwork, head movement, and pray for the bell.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can
And
climb out of
jujitsu.
cage.
And jujitsu. You
And
choke
jujitsu.
him.
Yeah.
And bricks
I'm all
and
over
sticks.
him like a spider monkey. Yeah.
Spider monkey.
Good. Well,
I got him in a guillotine once, and he said, "Man, you got my fat head."
I really like that guy, man. He has come so far, and he's nothing but respect, which
Yeah,
is
he's a
really
good guy.
big with me.
Good guy. Yep.
I tell you, one of my biggest almost failures in martial arts is I had Will in an armbar, and he curled me
Yeah.
until the bell rang.
Oh,
I was like, really,
that
dude?
is so sad.
It was.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Flip side of that same coin, I tapped out a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Love it. There you go.
That's true.
He didn't curl me.
He didn't know how to take the choke off, man.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was like the spider monkey. I was all over him.
I love it. All right, so going forward, we have fights coming up in September
Yes,
17th for a
September
couple of our
17th.
guys.
Yep. Here in Lynchburg, VA.
Can't wait.
Phase 1.
Gonna be there. I think everybody in here is gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
You gonna be there, Christian?
You know I will be. I put too much time and got hit too many times.
To not be there.
To not be
Exactly.
there.
Christian will be in the back warming them up.
Told my bosses at Buffalo Wild Wings flat out, I was like, hey,
That day, I'm
September
not
17th,
in here.
I won't be here. Brett won't be there. And I also told him don't expect Andre as well. I was like, you might get Micah that night. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but figure it out.
You better figure it out now. You got a month to come up with something.
Great day.
Excellent. How do you want to close it out? You got anything you want to go over before we shut it down?
I just want to thank my guys for coming in.
Oh, man, it was
Christian,
awesome.
Tracy.
Yay. Had a good time.
I'm just so happy to grace you with my presence.
That's why you guys get along.
That
You
is
are cut from
exactly
the same
why we're
cloth.
friends.
You're gonna throw that sarcasm. I'll swing it right on back.
Yeah. See, this is why me and her are buddies, because she just wishes she
thinks
was
we're
as awesome as
friends.
me. Oh no, you still haven't reached friendship level yet. Keep working on that, sweetie.
That's my
Okay,
boy.
I see you. I see you.
Yeah. See, next week we are. I really don't want to talk about the UFC, but I guess that's what we'll be discussing.
Look, man, I got to bounce those fights. All right, it's gonna come up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Who's got McGregor? Who says McGregor's gonna win?
Okay, now
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go.
now, McGregor asterisk. So put a little asterisk or a little.
Don't be cussing. My
Mark.
kids listening to this.
I can't help if they don't know the word
Asterix.
asterisk.
Who's Tricks?
Tricks. Well, I was listening to the MMA Hour, and then they had McGregor speak, and I'm like, whatever. He talks a lot. He can talk a lot. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say.
Yeah.
Well, he said, well, I've been working on my cardio. Irish accent, I can't do it too well. I'm working on my cardio. man.
I've been working on my
I think I've been working on my cardio. I'm telling you, 2 more shots, man, and he would have been down. Oh, that's what he was saying. He was saying he bigger man. I wasn't prepared for him. Usually I have this whole regime and this camp thing going on. And I just go in, train 8 hours a day, not even training on anything particular. But this time now, 3 weeks in a row, 1 week off, 3 days on, 1 week off, and so on and so forth. I'm like, okay, blah blah blah. So you got your cardio going. So what's your game plan going to be this time?
Run.
That would have been the smart thing for him to say. This is what he did say. Nothing's changing with my game plan.
I did hear him say, he's like, this time if we go to the ground, I'm going to take him there. I'm like, no, you're not. Don't. Just don't. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
And then-
Diaz he's a black belt who is a black belt. In
Yeah, he's
jiu-jitsu.
legit.
Legit
I mean,
black
some
belt.
of these guys that are black belts, they're not very good on the ground.
There was a reason why, even back in the older days, Nate's the older one, right?
Nick
Nick-
is the
Nick-
older
Nick's
one.
Nick is the older. So Nick and David Sanchez fought. And now David's like this little stocky looking, I'm almost on steroids looking guy. Takes him down, ground and pound. That was his thing. Diego Sanchez, not
Yes.
David.
I was like, who's David Sanchez?
Diego Sanchez, my
brother.
bad. And this is back when Diego was just built. And took him down, started ground and pound, couldn't finish him. The Diaz's guard and their ground game, even if it just comes down to defense, is so on point.
Yep.
Forget about ground. That's why what's his name? Rafael Dos Anjos couldn't finish Nick on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason why. It wasn't because he was taking his time and toying with him. He could not finish him on the ground. He could beat him there. He could pin him there, but he wasn't getting a submission. And keep in mind, Rafael Dos Anjos is a legit black belt
He is.
Oh, yeah, he's
with vicious ground and pound and vicious wrestling. Couldn't finish him. And now, McGregor saying he can take him to the ground, he's going to hold him there?
Yeah, he's like, whatever goes, I'll take him and I'll beat him there. Like, no, you're not.
No.
You better hope this thing stands.
So, reason why I say McGregor with the asterisk, he might be lying. He might be saying that just for the media hype, just like throwing the bottle at him. Or he could be serious and being like, it was just my cardio wasn't there. My cardio wasn't there. His cardio was clearly there. I was like, his cardio involved him getting this fight on an 11 days notice.
Yep.
I saw the bad blood thing. He literally just went out swimming and then did some extra pad rounds. It wasn't like he was really ready for this fight.
Yep.
And you're saying now that his cardio was just better than you then? His cardio is still better than yours, McGregor. It's
can't go up that weight
You
and
can-
be able to fight heavier when you're used to being able to
see.
Yeah.
Well, his answer to that was live life at 170, which I understand. But I'm also saying, yeah, Diaz has got to make a weight cut, but his cardio is still there. Like, I don't know if you think your cardio is now on par with his, but you're going to start charging in. He loves it when people try to smack him around.
Mm-hmm.
Loves it. That's what BJ Penn tried. That's what Cowboy did. Cowboy went in there. Cowboy's a go-get-him guy, and there's a reason why Cowboy lost that fight. Because he figured I can go in there and smack him around for a while. Michael Johnson. Thank you. Michael Johnson tried the same thing. Standing up with him is like, all right, I'll show him who's got hands.
Michael Jordan dunked on him, though.
Yeah, I saw
Michael
that
Jordan did
too.
dunk on him. He did.
That was YouTube.
But Michael Johnson went in there, started throwing punches left and right, gassed out, thinking, okay, well, he didn't gas out. He was still there. He was still there in the fight.
He broke mentally, though.
But he broke. And then Diaz hit him with a 1-2, said, what's up? Slapped him. 1-2 again. And then that was it. For the next 2 rounds, Michael Johnson could not get him.
Yeah.
Could not get him. I don't know why McGregor, with all this meticulous studying he does, because he is a student of the game.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
never take that from McGregor. He is a student of the game.
That's why I take everything he says with a grain of salt, because he is brilliant. And the smart money would be to tell the world, I'm coming with the exact same thing. Don't change what you're going to do.
So, yeah, but, like, you can't charge him for that long and think, 1 or 2 more shots is going to knock him down. That's what every other fighter thought, too.
Yeah.
1 or 2 more shots, I'll take him down. 1 or 2. I saw the Carlos Condit and Nate Diaz. Was it Nick?
Nick.
It was Nick Diaz fight. And the brothers are very similar. They can both take a beating like no other.
That is
Won't
true.
talk right in about 20 more years, but
Yeah, I'm telling you.
not talking right now.
Hey man,
Well,
I
was
talk
listening to that
right.
thing today, and I was like, Nick is talking, but I don't think it's English.
It's something. It's Stockton.
Yeah.
He's got a little English gibberish going on there. It's nice.
It's Stockton
Pick
talk.
on, yeah, Stockton.
Stockton.
Straight out Stockton.
Stockton, boy.
Dude.
So,
So who are you picking on this one?
you know, if McGregor wants to stick to that whole, I'm going to go in there with the same game plan and actually go for it, Diaz. Diaz just flat out, that's the fight he loves.
If you were going to put money on it, which one would you go to? Not if. Which
if,
one
if.
do you think?
I think McGregor's going to realize that strategy is a mistake. I don't put my money on McGregor. He's going to pull out after round 2, like pull back a little, and then start getting very technical. Maybe he'll get the finish at the end. Like, he might get Diaz, and Diaz just kind of clams up, and he's just like, whatever, I'll take the shots, and then the ref might be like, all right, enough is enough. But I think McGregor, I'll put my money on McGregor
Really?
because, like you said, he is smart. I think for the first 2 rounds, he's going to try and lay it on him. I think he's going to realize it's not going the way I want
And
it
you think
to
he's
go.
going to have more cardio, so he's going to be there for a third round if
For
he
a
doesn't
third
finish it?
round, he's going to reel back. And then come 4th round, he's going to start picking it up a little bit. 5th round, he's going to win by decision.
If it goes to the ground, does he have
Oh.
a chance?
Actually, in the first fight, they went to the ground. He got top position the first time. Granted, it was all for roll.
Yeah.
I think if he tries to pull that same half-done tackle, no, he's getting guillotined again.
Well, he did that because he was worried.
He was worried. I think if he goes to the ground, though, I think he might do exactly what every other fighter does with the Diaz brothers. They'll try to do stuff, and in the end, nothing will happen.
What about you, Ellen? Where's your money? Diaz
Well-
or McGregor?
I'm not even going to pretend like I know anything about either of these people.
Because it was funny. I was watching her, and she had this like glazed look on her face as Christian was going through all this list of
But,
fights.
Mentally, it was.
you know, if I'm going to give an answer, I'm just going to go based off of what I've heard in the last, 10 minutes. I'll say Diaz. Here you go, Tracy.
Hey.
Tracy, where's your money?
I'm going to say Diaz.
Diaz?
I think he can take a swift beating and just.
think it's a
bury
repeat
him.
of the last fight?
I think it's going to be a repeat. I think that McGregor can back it up if he's fighting his weight class. I think it was impossible for him to gain as much weight as he did before and be able to do what he needed to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
He just wasn't able to. He wasn't used to carrying that weight, and I think it was kind of stupid. It was definitely a ballsy move,
Yeah.
but
not brilliant.
not brilliant.
Yeah, it was his decision to fight that weight class.
It was definitely, but I think he might have a better chance this time because he can move faster.
What about
that
you? Who you putting your money on?
I hate both of these two, by the way.
Do you really? You hate
I
both?
really do. I mean, I like McGregor slightly more. I mean, that's like razor's edge slightly more.
Mm.
So I want him to win for that, but I think Diaz just go rough him up.
Wow, that's funny.
Diaz went into this last fight, the last one. He said I knew I was gonna get beat up the first round. It was gonna take me that while to get warmed up.
Yep.
And when he got warmed up, it was a different ball game.
No, I'm a
Yeah.
Diaz fan.
Well, when you're dumb, you got to be tough.
Yeah, legitimate.
Legit.
And so I'm going Diaz on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Diaz too. Same thing.
I think
Yeah.
he's got a 6-inch thick skull.
Yeah.
Every hit he landed on didn't even seem to phase him much.
Yeah.
If Connor did happen to pull it out, it would hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
That would.
If he does pull it off, it's decision.
I don't think he's going to submit him. I don't think he's going to knock him out. Nope.
Yes.
The only submission he would get on him is like a rear naked if Diaz royally messed up.
Yeah.
And-
Well, the possibility would be not that he would out, jiu-jitsu him, but if he did rock him and then jump on him, when he was cloudy. I mean, that's a big
Has
possibility.
Nick ever been knocked out?
Yeah, Josh the Punk Thompson head kicked him one
That's a
time.
long time ago, right?
Yeah,
It's a
and
couple years
but
ago.
the thing is, Josh Thompson he's one of those guys. He just missed his window. He peaked
Yeah.
too early
Mhm.
because that guy would have been just as famous as any of these guys, But
How would you like to have a nickname, the Punk?
yeah, he's not a punk. He's actually a really good
Yeah, I know,
guy.
that's just weird. It's like we'll give you a sarcastic nickname.
Yeah, dude.
It's like Troy. I call him the quiet one. His sarcastic nickname.
Aha.
Yeah, we had this podcast once before.
Oh,
Dennis loved it. Dennis loved that one, by the way.
did he really?
Yeah. He was still mad about that. About you. You were mad at him about the concrete joke. And he was mad at you about a joke you made about him, a fireman joke, I believe it was.
Love you, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis is awesome, by the way.
Oh, somebody said something that Dennis is a friend of mine who owns a school in Roanoke.
And Roanoke, awesome dude.
Called
Awesome
Hybrid.
dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what,
He's my
so
boy.
quiet. I mean, if you're in a class with him, you have to almost get right with like, say, what was that? I can't hear you. What?
Oh, he
But
will
he is-
whisper like talk. He's not whispering, but he's a low talker.
yeah,
Seinfeld.
He's a Seinfeld low talker.
I watched some Seinfeld last night.
You were in the pirate shirt and you didn't even realize
Puffy shirt,
the pirate puffy shirt.
Pirate Puffy. But he said they were talking because D went up there in Roanoke and did a podcast there, and Dennis was making
It was
fun of me for
hilarious.
using big words.
Yeah.
And they said, well, yeah, Troy uses big words. He's smart. And Dennis, who is like a brother to me,
Yeah.
he goes, no, he's not. He does concrete.
Whoa.
I was like, I will kill you, you fireman. Oh. He's a
Hey,
good
dude,
guy.
that's what brothers do. We make fun of each other.
Yeah. That's what brothers keep you humble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who else is on that card? Is there anybody else on that card?
Isn't Michael Johnson? Isn't he fighting?
I don't know anybody
Texera,
else
Glover
who's on it.
Texera?
No, not Michael Johnson. Anthony Rumble.
Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Oh, I love watching.
Yeah,
them
that's
fight.
They're
a
the
good
co-main
fight.
event. That was the question I
You know,
had.
and here's
him
the
and
thing.
Glover.
Him and Glover, two powerhouses.
And what I loved about the presser today, and they had the Nick in there talking just trash, and then they talked to the other two guys. You know, we're just gonna go in there. We're gonna try to fight hard. I mean, he's a good dude. I'm a good dude. We're just
And
gonna
these
try
guys
to
just
beat each
throwing
other's
water
brains in.
bottles.
And you know what? What these idiots talk about's up to them. I don't care.
Dude, I'll tell you what though. As much as it is horrible sportsmanship,
Mm-hmm.
you would almost have to convince me that it wasn't pre-planned.
I'm gonna say this. I really do think big reason I think Nick is gonna win.
Nate,
I think Nate. Excuse me.
I confuse them too.
Nate.
Diaz. Nate Diaz.
Nate.
Yeah. Well,
Nate.
I think he's in the head of Connor.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, you can see it. I mean, like today. I mean, you could just see how frustrated Connor was, and he was only there for like 2 minutes because he showed up like 15 minutes late.
And did
I
the
love
same
Nate.
thing he always does. It was nothing new.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
hung out with Nate after
Nate,
a UFC before that he won. I was in Vegas, and it was fight night. I went to watch it, and then all of a sudden, Diaz is down there, and it was the night that he triangle submitted this guy. I cannot remember who it was, but he had his legs locked so tight, he didn't need his arms, and he started flipping off the cameras.
I remember that.
Yep.
That's one of his highlights.
I was there, and I didn't know
High
it.
/ low lights.
I was in the cheap seats, and I didn't know that I was sitting with his family. They were all up there too.
Oh.
So afterwards, like right after the fight, you know, everybody's talking, everybody's just loving life. It was so neat to see it. And all of a sudden, he comes bouncing up there, you know, like normal Joe Blow, and is just hanging out, you know, and high-fiving anybody, you know, who was around. Did you see that? Oh, my God. And I got to hang with him a little bit and talk, and he was just, like, just giddy, laughing. He goes, did you see that? Can you believe it? I was like, that was awesome, dude. And I didn't know him. I was like, you're the man. And then I called Will, and I said, can you say hi to my buddy? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, Will, I'm at the fights. Here. And he goes, yo, what's up, man? Did you see that? Beep. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did the same right after that. I walked up to Nick, and I was like, hey, man, I'm a huge fan, man. And Nick was not having it, dude. He was totally cool, so nice. I mean, but like he wasn't rude to me, but he's like agoraphobic. He does not do well with crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, it's like
Yeah.
I
I
gave.
don't like crowds either.
I thought Will got a real kick out of talking to Nate because I mean, if you watch the fight and to be on the phone with Nate Diaz like literally 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, you know, and he was like, that was so cool. I was like, I'm gonna go get Nick on the phone for you. Hold on. And I went over there, and Nick, man, he goes, I said, look, huge fan. I got my boy on the phone. Could you just say hey? And he just looked at me like, you knucklehead, give me the phone. Like I'm in now. And Hey, yeah, what's up, bro? Uh-huh. And all of a sudden, he starts looking at me as the phone is going. I was like, oh, my God, what is Will saying? What is this knucklehead running his mouth? And he goes, yeah, all right. Yeah, cool. Later, man. Your boy said to hit you in the head. I was like, he's retarded. Let me have the phone. Thanks a lot. He giggled, knuckle bumped me, and he's like, man, cool. And that was it. But that was neat.
Yeah.
It was neat. So anytime Nate is doing his thing, I feel like, yeah, it's my boy.
That's
I
just
want him.
saying.
I want him to win. This Saturday night, pay-per-view, watch
You
it.
are looking live. Was it
UFC?
Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas.
Las Vegas.
It's at Vegas, and it's in the new stadium that they just built. What is that called? The mobile. I can't believe.
FightArenaPlace.com.
It's the brand new thing. They're looking for this to be a bigger selling pay-per-view than 200, which this was supposed to be.
200 was huge.
It was huge, and they're talking that they're going to beat the numbers.
Wow.
Joe Jones? Then
Yeah.
he got booted?
Yeah.
Yep.
Then Brock Lesnar?
Rock.
Speaking of which, we
The
can't.
beast.
We can't go.
Incarnate.
Did you hear about John Jones? The news with John Jones?
I hear that they're going to probably go, all right, just come on back.
Well, what they're saying is that the steroid masking agent, the estrogen blocker, is not just found in that capacity. That it could actually be in a couple of supplements that they've located, and it's
Yeah.
one of the ones he took. If it was, it does take him out of a 2-year suspension. But even though it was a mistake, it's still your responsibility at that level.
You gotta
Ignorance is
check
not.
everything.
Yeah, ignorance is not an excuse to break the law. Even
They do not care.
they don't care.
They don't.
Brock didn't do anything wrong.
But it does save his legacy and the company, potentially moving forward. Now, the question is that the true story, or is there dollar signs there and some things are being worked around?
I could see a lot of money in that weight class.
A lot of money.
Because that
dude.
weight class, it feels pretty thin right now to me.
Well, not only that, but you
Light
look at
heavy.
Ronda. She's gone. If McGregor loses this fight, his legacy is tainted. His
Yeah.
drawing power is gone.
Well, he already said that there's going to be a trilogy, so obviously he's going to win.
Oh, he did say that?
That's what he said today.
Saying that. He
Yeah,
is
he
saying
said-
that.
he said
And that
it-
would make them the most money.
Yeah.
And on that interview, he also one of the reporters asked him.
If he wins, dude, and you're going to be
Yeah.
like, what? Come on.
Is
One of
it
the reporters
like
asked him, like, "Are you going back down to 145 to defend your title?" He's like, "We'll see. Nothing's in contract yet. We'll see." And I'm like,
Dana.
all you have to do is say yes, because Dana said yes.
Dana said he's got two options. He's either going to fight or be stripped. One of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
mean,
I tell you this. I don't usually get this hyped up for very many fights anymore. This one I'm pumped for.
He's really hyped up for UFC 203. CM Punk making his debut.
Nope.
Now that would be good. I
No,
would like to watch that.
they.
Really? You like CM Punk?
He's got old man strength.
Yeah,
I'm concerned for Mickey. That old man strength is nothing to joke about.
I think Mickey's
I
going to
just
kill
wonder if
him.
he's going to
probably
be
will.
healthy because I mean, like every other week he gets hurt.
Did you see they did a little kind of documentary with him?
Who, Punk?
Yeah.
Because I heard they were doing one with Punk and with Mickey.
They were
Spillane,
doing one with
whatever his name was.
Punk, and they were saying that some of the footage of him training was like, oh my God, he sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I've heard he's really good at jiu-jitsu, but his stand-up game is atrocious.
Yeah. I've seen some of his stand-up game. Yeah, it's atrocious.
I've
He
seen
looks
some
like
of
an
the
That's
amateur.
called a big word, ladies
He
and
is
gentlemen.
as Tracy put it earlier, naturally inclined to do certain things, and punching and kicking is one of them.
I tell you what, though,
Hey, I'm just hoping he gets on the top rope and jumps.
I like novelties like that.
There you
So
go.
many guys are like, you turn the sport into a circus. It's not good for the sport. I'm like, man, whatever. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Still gotta keep it fresh.
I got to see something that gets, the
Gotta keep it real.
blood pumping, man. I like
Yeah,
that.
real bad.
That's 203?
203. Supposedly, anyway.
All
I
right.
mean,
The Stipe fight, right?
huh?
That's a Stipe Miocic versus Overeem.
Oh,
my
that's a
guy.
good fight.
That's my guy, Stipe. And his friend Ren. Ren and Stipe.
Stipe makes me laugh.
I like that guy.
I do like him.
So,
Good stuff, man.
anything else, guys?
No, we're good. You guys got anything to add? Christian?
Why
I
don't y'all say bye?
I was supposed
and-
to be working like 6 minutes ago. So.
And share the mic with everybody so they can say bye.
All right. No.
That's how we like to do things.
I thank
here.
you all for listening to Simply Incredible podcast.
I will be
This is
getting you a
Christian.
business card so you'll know.
Bye. Thank you
That
for
was Ellen.
listening. This is Ellen, the life of the party. Thanks for listening, and here's Tracy.
You know what? I gotta cut you short one quick time. She lies almost as much as I do.
You guys are, I mean,
Yeah.
mirror images.
Life of the,
Talking about lying.
Life of the party.
Oh,
Yeah,
life of the party.
Yeah.
That is not a lie.
More
Come
like
on.
the death of the party.
Oh,
Oh.
you're so funny.
Dad jokes, you're being painful. Go to Tracy.
You know it's true.
I had
Girl, you know it's. Sorry.
Dude, that's who sang Matt. I was,
Little
That was
Millie.
me.
It
I
was
told you that
It
was me.
you.
Little Millie Vanilli there.
Yes.
But
Two
had
Rings
a-
of Vanilla.
that's right. Had an awesome time.
Did you
Hopefully
good?
get to come back and do it again sometime.
Oh,
Yes.
love it.
Because
Did-
I can
yeah.
talk. I can talk.
Did
Yeah,
y'all
I
actually
talk.
have fun though? Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Did you have a good time, Christian?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just. Oh, yeah.
Dude,
He said, "I'm just fired now. I was supposed to be at work 6 minutes
Jesse
ago."
Raphael on you. Here,
Uh,
take this.
Take this. All right.
Hair is better.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I do balancing at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I called in and told my bosses, hey, I'll be in at 10 because this comes first, being with the family.
That's right. Family
And now
first.
it's 10:06, and I'm still kind of like, you know what? I still remember that time I came in when I wasn't scheduled, so they kind of owe me a shift. I'll get in there eventually.
If you're at Buffalo Wild Wings, just tell him, say, hey, I passed Christian on the road. He's on his way.
Yes, that was like 15 minutes ago.
Changing his tire.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what it was.
Excellent. Hey, this weekend is the big fight. Next week, what do we got?
I was going to. PC wants to do Comic Book Corner,
Okay.
but we might have to push that back a week just because we know UFC is going to be huge this week.
Okay.
So I would say review of UFC and just roll with that.
I actually read DC Rebirth, Batman
You
1
ain't
through
not know
4.
how to read.
They got pictures.
Well, that's true. That's how I read them too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Uh,
Until next week.
Until next week.
Until next week.
Thank you guys,
Peace.
my friends over here, and
Yay,
you guys have
yay,
an
yay.
incredible
Peace out,
day.
Girl Scouts. Signing off, Ellen Hefner.
See ya.
It's called Edit.